A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development on the geopolitical landscape, a U.S. aircraft carrier strike group has made its way to Latin America, a move that has raised alarms in Venezuela. The USS Gerald R. Ford, recognized as the world's largest aircraft carrier, has entered waters controlled by the U.S. Naval Forces Southern Command, which oversees operations in Latin America and the Caribbean. This deployment comes as part of an initiative aimed at combating drug trafficking in the region, but it has also been interpreted as a show of military strength amid escalating tensions between the U.S. and the Maduro regime. Venezuela has reacted strongly to this military buildup, warning that it could lead to a full-blown conflict. The situation is further complicated by the historical context of U.S. interventions in Latin America, which has created a backdrop of distrust and fear. The arrival of the USS Gerald R. Ford was ordered nearly 3 weeks prior, but the implications of its presence are now being scrutinized by analysts and diplomats alike. James Story, the former U.S. ambassador to Venezuela, has shifted his perspective regarding the likelihood of military action. Initially, he assessed the chances of a U.S. attack on Venezuelan soil at just 10%. However, with the arrival of the aircraft carrier and ongoing military maneuvers, he now believes that the odds have dramatically changed. Story estimates an 80% likelihood of some form of military action occurring, indicating that the situation is increasingly volatile. Maduro, who has been in power since 2013, has faced numerous challenges, including economic turmoil and international sanctions. Despite his bravado, claiming to be more famous than pop icons like Taylor Swift, insiders suggest that he is feeling the pressure from the U.S. military's show of force. Former Minister Andres Cesara, now in exile, has indicated that Maduro and his inner circle are likely feeling the heat, with concerns for their safety heightened by the current climate. While some experts believe that the massive military presence is a tactic aimed at forcing Maduro to make concessions or consider relinquishing power, others warn of the potential for miscalculations that could lead to military engagement. The U.S.'s strategy appears to be a balancing act between the threat of military intervention and the possibility of diplomatic normalization. Benjamin Gedden, director of the Latin America program at the Stimson Center, notes that the U.S. is at a crossroads, with options ranging from military action to diplomatic engagement. As the situation unfolds, many observers are speculating about the next steps in Trump's campaign against Venezuela, which has been framed as a fight against a so-called narco-terrorist regime. There is a growing consensus that the most likely course of action may involve targeted airstrikes against key military installations or allies of Maduro, echoing tactics used in previous conflicts. The potential for a Soleimani-style attack aimed at a high-profile political figure in Venezuela has also been discussed as a means to destabilize the Maduro regime. As tensions mount and the world watches closely, the situation in Venezuela remains precarious. The interplay of military might and diplomatic maneuvering will be crucial in determining the future of U.S.-Venezuelan relations and the stability of the region. The coming days and weeks will be critical as both sides navigate this complex and dangerous landscape, with the specter of conflict looming ever larger. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.